Liable. Got to go to somebody else. Mayfield pulls it down now on the run. They're going to make it to the end zone for the touchdown. One now. Chubb, running room to the 10, the 5, touchdown. Third down, Hunt breaks a tackle and he's got a first down. Hughes still on his feet. Kareem Hunt breaks it towards the end zone and he's in. This one out of your hands quickly. Third and goal. To the end zone. It's caught.
Welcome, everybody, to the Dawgs Podcast. I am your co-host, Clarence Wilson. With me, as always, my main man, Double R, Ruben Rodriguez. Ruben, what's shaking, bro?
What's going on, man? With Clarence, what's happening? It looks like I'm a little cloudy. I don't know if it's my glasses or something's going on here, man. I'm pretty today. I got me some new gear.
Yeah, I see that.
You show it off, and here I'm looking all milky and cloudy. And what's going on here? What's happening, bro? What's going on?
Oh, man, just trying. Slowly but surely, we're making our way to the season. I think, what do we have, like 98 days till football starts?
97, 98 days.
97? Okay.
3 months away, man. 3 months. And it's the day after my daughter's wedding. So
Okay.
I got a couple of things going on that week, and luckily they're not at home. They'll be playing Baker and the Carolina Panthers. It's almost there. OTAs, they finished it up this week. I guess Miles said he's taking a defense down to taking their talents to South Beach.
Yeah, I saw that. They're going to get a lot of work done down there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good thing the offense didn't go down there because they got a lot of parlors down there too.
Yeah, I saw that. He's going to take the defense down there, so hopefully they can all bond and get the rookies in there basically to become a part of the team a little bit more. And
I think Cade York's going to take the team to New Orleans for the special teamers in a couple of weeks.
So him, the punter and the long snapper then?
The long snapper and maybe that Mr. Grant, the kick returner, they're all going to go down to New Orleans and bond.
Well, I did see that. So OTAs are over, but they start up again Monday for 3 more days, and then and then everybody's on a waiting period for a month or so. June 24th, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's when the Browns start their training camp, and I think it's the 14th through the 16th. That's what Browns website's saying.
Okay, for the OTAs, next one's okay. So they're gonna
for the mandatories.
Yeah, that makes sense because if Miles is leaving, chances are it's not next week because he'll probably be gone this weekend. Probably, that makes sense. So it's coming together. It's coming along. We'll have a lot more to talk about sooner than later. We don't know, like you keep saying, we don't know how many clouds are still going to be over this team, but we know what the main one's going to be.
Yes.
Pretty soon, Mayfield's not going to be the cloud hanging over this team anymore.
But you'd like to think so.
You know what? He probably isn't already, Clarence. And nobody wants to admit what the real cloud over this team is, but hey, it's out of their hands, and just pretend that. It's hard to pretend that nothing's going to happen, and just move forward. Try to get excited about the play on the field, but again, like you mentioned, man, last 2 podcasts, there's a funk hovering over this team, man, unlike anything we've ever seen around here. So hopefully they can get rid of that funk somehow, some way. Somebody does something and just put an end to this once and for all. I am just so sick and tired of this already.
Yeah, man. I've reached this point now where we all saw that another accusation came down on Watson. At this point, I am just ready for this all to be done. I'm ready for Watson to deal with whatever he needs to do to clear his name or settle these cases or whatever it is, so the team can be focused on football. Yeah. And I'm ready for them to make a move with Baker. Those are the 2 clouds that are just hanging over this team, and they just don't
every day I'm hoping to wake up and hear, all right, well, they traded Baker, or they, Watson has decided to settle, and none of these things are happening.
All right, and not to keep beating up on all this, but we've had Clowney resigning. We've got some good free off season moves on Joku getting re-signed, and it's kind of like it's taken two back seats to everything else that's going on. You should be excited about Njoku. There should be some talk. Some people, we talked about it last week's pod before the extension came through. We were wondering how much he was going to make. Remember, we compared him to all the tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid is a kid that had one time asked to leave here, fired his agent because his agent wanted him to leave Cleveland, but he decided he wanted to stay. Signs a massive contract extension. A lot of people say, what has he done to earn it? Whatever your thoughts. We should be talking about the fact that we just locked up a kid that, in my opinion, in maybe a couple, 3 years from now, the 14 mil that he's getting could be a bargain.
Yes, so, I agree.
Yeah. So that's what we should be talking about. Clowney decided to come back or was there. We just had to get the 100 on it that he was coming back. That's the kind of things we should be talking about. But you know what? People will say something for an hour or two or a day, and then it goes back to the other crap. So yeah, I agree with you, man. They got to get rid of this thing. Something's got to be done. I mean, there's another one. This makes it number 23. This one was kind of weird for two reasons. Number one, this person that decided to join into now what I'm looking at as a money grab. If you don't like how I said it, I'm a for sure guy. I'm gonna say it. I got no filters. Hate me if you want to, but if this man is a man that you want to go after, go to the police. Don't go to the money grab.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, again, common sense in this country's dissipated. I don't know where the hell it's gone. But if this man did me some harm, I would probably go to the law and to the authorities first before I go get in line with the money grabbers. But I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth, but I mean, it just seems all kind of weird. Then she says, well, he gave me $5,000 because he's a nice guy. You saw that. Well, if he's a nice guy, then why are you suing him?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, you can go that way too. I mean, all of us, it's just too convenient that only two of the ladies out of the 22 had that HBO special. So this girl all of a sudden says, I want to join in on it too now. And why didn't you do it the day before the show?
Yeah.
All of a sudden now. It's just too many things. I personally think that the more females that jump on board here, if there are any more, the more people that jump in, the more the NFL is going to get ticked off at this whole situation and say, you know what, this is nothing but a joke. And let this guy walk. However my feelings are at this point, it doesn't matter. Who the hell am I? What do I know? That I don't know the law from a hole in the ground. I don't know how that kind of stuff works. But I do know if you keep on aggravating me, sooner or later I'm just going to say screw it. Something just doesn't. My dad used to tell me a long time ago, something smells like crap. It usually is. So. And again, man, I am just so sick and tired of coming on here talking about this and wasting more than 10 minutes of valuable time that we can be talking about something else, on something that we have no control over, or I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't care. Whatever, man. Whatever it is, it is. And until something happens, we're not going to know. And Myles Garrett the other day said it, hey, man, I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I'm not the executioner. And nobody knows what's going on except the people that were involved, and we may never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's the situation with him. I did. I'm not sure if you saw this. I meant to ask you about this. There was a separate podcast called the Varsity House Podcast, and They had on, I believe it was JOK and Newsom.
Okay.
And then now this goes to the Baker side of it. They were talking about, well, what happened with Baker and OBJ, and they were saying, OBJ was a great teammate, da, 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 da. But then they came out and said, Baker's a great teammate too. So slowly but surely, we're hearing some news trickle out, and all those people who were running around saying, "Oh, Baker lost the locker room. He has no friends on the team." Da, da, da. It's starting to look that that's not actually the case. So I feel like I feel like he's going to be gone soon. Deshaun's going to be the starter, but there's a whole area of things that have happened that we're never going to know. We're never going to know how it went down. But all the fans out here who were talking about, oh, Baker lost the locker room. Baker doesn't have any friends. Nobody was speaking up for him and did it. That made me mad because I'm like, well, not mad. It just annoyed me because it's like, well, why does somebody need to speak up? People who are working at a business, they're not going to always come out. They're not, if they like to keep their job and things like that, they don't come out and criticize the business for what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't a good teammate. He was the cancer in the locker room. He ran OBJ out of here, which we all know that wasn't true. OBJ wanted out and did everything he possibly could to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just found it kind of funny that in the last 2 weeks, we've heard Miles, Chubb, and now JOK and Newsom come out and say Baker was a good teammate. So I just find it kind of funny. Some of the Twitter insiders or whatever the hell they want to call themselves that say that Baker was destroying the locker room or whatever. It doesn't seem to be that way, but
no, it doesn't seem to be that way. We both knew it. I mean, we were all school. We've seen this before. It happened with Terrell Owens a long time ago. With the 49ers, a terrible teammate went to the Cowboys. Another terrible teammate went to the Eagles. Terrible teammate, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Clarence, it comes out to this, okay? And I know when the man got drafted, you wanted him. I wanted him. Fans in Cleveland wanted Deshaun Watson to be drafted. We could have had Myles Garrett and Deshaun Watson.
Just think about that. Just first round.
Yeah, in the first round, right?
We'd have never seen 0-16.
That being said, you take all the off the field stuff away. I mean, come on. Even Stevie Wonder can see that Deshaun Watson is better than Baker Mayfield in a football sense. In a sense, it's not whether or not they should have upgraded the position. It's just the way you go about doing your business, man.
Exactly.
That is my biggest. I mean, however the guy reacts to it, everybody's feelings and opinions, they're neither right, they're wrong. They're just opinions and feelings. You kill somebody for it. But I mean, if the man feels disrespected, he feels bad because 1 week they're telling you, don't worry, you're going to be our starter, but we're going to upgrade the position. Okay, whatever. And then you go ahead and do it, and then you don't tell them anything about it until after you do it. That's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth, man.
Anybody's
right.
Anybody's
right. Nobody's arguing the fact that he's not a better player than Mayfield. Nobody's. I'm not saying that. Hey, we got him. Oh, great, but just don't do people like that, man. Especially somebody who laid it out. However you feel about him, the kid. Let me give you a perfect example. How would you feel about Jose Ramirez if he was with the Guardians and he decided to play injured and just left it out there 110% anyway? His production may go down, but he left it all out there on the field, man. And he'd have a statue tomorrow. That's just the way it is in sports. The same in basketball. Look at if Jared Allen would have came out there with a broken finger in the playoffs for the Cavs and played basketball, he would have had a parade, right? All just for himself because he left it all out there on the line. That's the type of player that you don't do these kind of things to. Okay.
Exactly.
And if you are, have the respect to come up to him and say, Baker, you're not going to like this, but we got a chance to get this guy it's up to you. What do you want to do? You want to keep you around just in case as an insurance policy or whatever? We can try to move you. Let's renegotiate your contract so it doesn't cost us much. Have that conversation with the guy.
Exactly.
And because now you left the funk over this team that you're sitting here waiting to see if you can try to find a way to get over on somebody. Because that's the way that's what you got yourself stuck into with the situation. This team is now, after Hooper's money came off the books today, they're $40 million under the salary cap. They can eat 10 to 15 million and still be. Think about this. They can eat $15 million of Mayfield's contract and still be number one in the league in salary cap money.
Yeah.
So this has to go a little bit deeper here. They did this kid wrong. They set it up that way where the fan base will never think that this organization did this kid wrong because of all of the outside noise and all this other crap. Or one player decides that he was the cancer and Landry won't. What was that story? I don't know if you saw this story too, where the Saints talked to Landry about possibly signing Baker, and apparently Landry said, "No, you don't want to do that."
Dude, I did not see that story.
Yeah, that was. They went to the $3 million man. They went to the $3 million man and asked him if Baker Mayfield was worth a look at, and apparently Landry said, "No, don't even bother." Dude, I'll believe that. Come on, man. Come on. There's just no way it's gonna happen. No way.
Well, speaking of the salary cap and the money that we have left, I'm hearing. Well, I've read that because the person that I kind of would like them to go after would be Sue, because Hicks went to Tampa, right?
Buccaneers, yes. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1 year, $10 million.
Yes. So I'm still feeling like I feel like they need to make another move on the line, but the Browns apparently aren't feeling this on the defensive line, but the Browns apparently are not feeling the same way as of right now. Now, I think, once training camps and things like that start officially, and guys start to go down and things of that nature, I think I'll see them make another move, but it kind of seems like they're kind of set so far, and they're happy with where they're at. What's your kind of thoughts?
I think they are too, Clarence, by their actions or non-action. I think they're happy. Malik McDowell, I don't know what's going on. I know he got hurt at the end of the year last year, but do they have any plans? Are they on hold because maybe he may come back? They have a lot of youth.
A lot.
Maybe they want to go that way with younger, stronger, faster kids. They figure if they got Miles and Clowney anchoring that line, and they did a little bit. They did a pretty good upgrade with Winovich at linebacker, and then the kid they drafted at defensive end. God, they've got 95 people. I'm supposed to remember all their names. But I mean, maybe youth and future. Why keep investing money? And I don't want to say Sue's washed up because I'd take him in a heartbeat. But he's 30 something, and in the NFL, that's old. Youth is the way to go. You got to remember one thing too, that they've got to hang on to some money for the next 2-3 years to try and get some upgrades during the free agency level. Why? Because
missing that first round draft pick.
They don't have any draft picks until I'm 80. So it's wish here and see what happens. But I think you're right. I think they're happy with what they have now moving forward. They know their players better than we do. So if they think that what they have is suffices for now, and like you said, people may get injured or people may get cut that catch their eye. and if they can fill a spot with it, they'll go with it. But yeah, I think they're okay with what they have, and they're just ready to move forward.
Yeah, that's exactly the way it looks. So we'll have to see here what they do once training camp actually starts, and that might give us some more clarity on we might have some more clarity on the quarterback situation, on the incoming and outgoing guy, maybe by that point. I don't know. At this point, I'm ready for some real football.
Yeah, what I've been seeing, the wide receivers are doing some work. Felton's had a lot of work, partner, over at the wide receiver position. So when everybody was talking about trying to go out and get a number 2 receiver like Fuller or insert name here, they put this kid, this Felton kid out there in the slot and running patterns with the wide receivers. That may have been their plan all along as to why they added Jerome Ford at the running back position, because they knew that they can go with 4 running backs if they need to instead of 5, and just have Felton be a part of the wide receiver core. Again, they've forgotten more football than most of us know. So that could be, that could be in the cards. So I've seen he was doing a lot of work with the wide receivers. David Bell, they said he hasn't dropped a pass thrown his way since they started OTAs now for the last 3 weeks. That's a great sign. Cooper's being the leader that they thought he would be when they got him from Dallas. Everybody's kind of filtering over towards him. The defense, man, they look fast for what I can see. I mean, again, just generalization, because again, they're playing, they got 7-on-7s and 7 people are moving and the other 7 aren't. So make of it as you will. But I mean, just the sound of what's going on in camp, the music blaring, the guys yelling and everybody laughing and cheering on each other. It looks like, it could be a little bit different this year. And, we just have to see it all play out on the field and get rid of all this other crap that's going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just want to get to football. Want to get to football and clear all these.
And Cade York, by the way, they still send that kid to the stadium to kick.
Yeah,
hey, he's out there. They take him and then Charlie go out there, this long snapper. They go out there and they're practicing their kicks. They take coaches out there with them, and they just don't want them kicking in Berea, and I don't blame them. I mean, on Sundays you're not kicking any field goals over in Berea. You're kicking them downtown. So
exactly.
That's not a bad idea. It should have been. Maybe that could have helped the other guys that were here.
Yeah. Like you said, we're not. There ain't no field goals going to be kicked in Berea.
Hell no. When you're kicking a 42-yard field goal, they're not going to Uber your ass over to Berea to kick a field goal. You got to do it downtown. So that's not a good idea. I liked it when it happened, and it looks like they're going to stick with it.
Yeah, it's Cade York seems to be kind of a mystery man, because I'm not sure that from the reports I'm hearing, I'm not sure if anybody's seen him kick one yet.
In college, everything's different in college. So
yeah.
But I've noticed you got Myles Garrett and Clowney back there again. It's I just can't stop thinking about one more year with these 2 guys together again with that Wood system, and these guys look like if they stay healthy, man. They're gonna do a lot for this defense, and you know me, I'm the defensive guy, so I'm really excited. The offense is the offense, man. It's either gonna be top 5 level or it's gonna be bottom 5 level. There's nowhere in between. That's what's going on. But the defense, I'm really excited. Defense may have to win a few games for them this year, and if these guys all come together like I think they're going to. We're gonna have some smiles more smiles on Mondays than we have than not. So yeah,
that's the hope. That's the hope. Once everything gets settled down, and
I want to tell everybody. Yeah, let me jump in here because it's 8:33, And 27 minutes from now, our boss over here at Believe Land Media, Kevin Sleds, is about to pick a winner at 9 o'clock. We got to 800 followers on Twitter, guys. The initial post was to get 1,000 followers. That was back in January, but it was revised. And we got to the 800 followers. And go on to Believe Land Media, follow us, retweet the tweet, the original tweet that's on there, and you've got 26 minutes now. I'll shut up here in a minute so you guys can get on there and start tweeting. I don't know if you guys, if this post will be down by then. If it isn't, I don't know what to tell you, but keep on clicking anyways, and there'll be more giveaways coming, and the more people we get. So, yeah, this is exciting, man. We started with nothing and we're up to 800 on Twitter and thousands on Facebook. So we want to thank everybody for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you guys don't make it for, if this episode of Den of the Dogs doesn't post by the time the drawing is done, you guys just make sure if you're not following, make sure you follow, because there will be more giveaways.
There's more stuff. Yeah. Kev's got some stuff in store, and we're just getting started. Like I told y'all, man, I've been texting, and I know I sent you a text. High school football's coming. We're going to keep the football theme going. I got some calls in, some of the athletic directors and some high schools here that I've worked with in the past. It's fun. The kids love it. The parents love it. And it's a passion of ours to do this. We'll hopefully get the right equipment here, which we're starting to get to start broadcasting these games, even if it's in tape delay. It's worked in the past, and I'm excited about it because high school baseball, high school football, high school boys basketball, high school girls basketball, maybe get some MAC action going in here and bringing all this stuff to you guys. So keep on following. Follow my boy Idaho Anthony. Follow Den of the Dawgs Podcast. Follow Believe Land Media. We have giveaways. We've got sponsorship opportunities coming, man. We got a lot of young people here with a passion for what they're doing. They're writing some great stuff. They're broadcasting some great podcasts, and this is just for fun, guys. This is a city unlike any other as far as sports, man. I've never been in another city that. Yeah, most cities, they're passionate about one team. This is my team. Boston, it's the Red Sox. In New York, it's the Yankees. Here, it's everybody. And, that's what we do. And it's so far, it's been working out good. We want to get it better. We want to make things bigger for everybody.
That's right. Make sure everybody follow all of our podcasts. I know if you're football fans, you listen to us, but make sure you're checking out All Things Cavalier. Guardians of the CLE. You know what I've been really getting into? I'm not gonna lie, we only got a little bit of time left, but I've fallen off from baseball. But you know what? Listening to Guardians of the CLE and the Future Guardians kind of got me back in. Especially being able on Future Guardians to hear about the young prospects.
About the young kids, yeah. Yep. And then Mel and Max take care of that once it gets up to the big leagues, and they just kind of tell it like it is. If they got an opinion about who should be here and who shouldn't, just have a listen.
Yeah, mic drop guys. My man Joe Ewell, the Draft King. Check those guys out, and absolutely the podcast Pile Driver. Get your wrestling. Get your wrestling on. Those dudes do a great
wrestling fix. Yeah. Next week, a little break from the OTAs. We may have. We'll try to get some guests on here and try to manage the time a little bit that we have before we just start talking all football, because every day it'll be training camp starting on July. Or is it June? No, it's June. I think training camp starts in July because their first game is in August.
Yeah, that's right. Mandatory mini camp is June 14th.
Yeah, that's mandatory one. We'll see who shows up and who doesn't. But yeah, but in the meantime, we'll get a little something for everybody here. We'll try to get some guests on here and manage our time a little bit, and hopefully something happens. And like Clarence and I have told you all, that if something does break, something big breaks, it's all it is send over a link and we'll pop on here real quick and we'll get on here with everybody.
That's right.
Let y'all know what we hear.
That's right.
All right, partner. One thing I got right now is to ask you one question.
What's that?
What would the immortal Freddie Kitchens say right about now?
He would say to everybody out there listening, if you don't wear brown and orange, you don't matter. Peace, y'all. Have a great weekend.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see y'all next.